Yeah, you saying it right. Your boys for prize picks. Put in $5. Win or lose, you get $50 back. It's free bread, man. Go ahead and get the free bread at prize picks, baby. Use code CDotty when you making your account. CDotty. YouTube. What's good? It's your boy CDotty. Today we got Boy Escape from YouTube Horror House. Now, I have not been watching crime, but I've been posting, bro. But YouTube been blocking my shit. I'm not gonna lie. So now I'm about to watch my crime videos. Y'all know I love my crime video. I have not watched this video. This is the video. It's a 59-minute long. Get your popcorn ready. Let's get into it. Dance.
Ring. Whoa. Wait a minute, how do you come to my house?
And I'm a good woman. I don't do naughty things.
The lives of family lifestyle influencers Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Franke imploded on August 30th, 2023, when one of Ruby's 6 children was discovered weak and hurt. The other 5 had not been accounted for at this time, and along...
Hold on, you're missing all 6 of your kids? Oh, my bad, I gotta run that back. What? You're missing all 6?
How do you come to my house?
And I'm a good woman. I don't do naughty things.
The lives of family lifestyle influencers Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Franke imploded on August 30th, 2023, when one of Ruby's 6 children was discovered weak and hurt. The other 5 had not been accounted for at this time, and law enforcement wasted no time in launching a full investigation. As the police delved into the twisted dynamic that had grown between the 2 women, they never could have anticipated the depths of the depravity the children were subjected to, or the mind-boggling justifications offered by the perpetrators.
I just want my kids back. I want my family back.
I don't have a really hard time understanding that children can be full of evil and what that takes to fight it.
The following report is based on police records. When Dan Clarkson answered his doorbell at 10:46 a.m. on August 30th, 2023, he never could have expected his actions would kickstart a nationally publicized police investigation. However, as soon as he laid eyes...
These beginning of the videos be having me lost. Like, I wish they would just start from the beginning. They be starting at the fucking end, go to the middle, sprinkle in the beginning. Like, bro, just start from the beginning.
On the young boy outside, he immediately knew something.
What is this about? Nigga, Boy Escape from YouTuber Horror House.
Something was very, very wrong. His Ring camera captured the heartbreaking conversation that ensued.
This nigga got no drawers on? The fuck? These niggas rich as hell. You can just tell they rich as hell. Look, first of all, look at their front porch. Look at the view they got when they walk outside. Actually, it's probably their back porch, nigga. They got a crazy ass view. I'm not gonna lie, they got an insane view. And these niggas, they're eating fucking jail food. I'm just gonna base off what I seen in that little Tupperware. Niggas eating jail food.
Hey, how is this?
What a RTX? Appreciate that follow.
Well, what are they?
Taking me to the nearest police station. Well, actually, just one's fine.
What's going on, son? Have a seat there.
It's personal business.
Hold on.
This was actually the second neighbor the boy had attempted to contact.
Oh, this is a neighbor house. You do not know them, Cavante.
At the first house, there was no answer, so he'd been forced to move on. The disturbing reason he was seeking help came out when Dan made this emotional call to 911.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door
With no drawers.
Said he just came from a neighbor's house. He's hungry and he's thirsty.
With
While
no
Dan was
drawers.
on the phone with the 911, his wife gave the boy, who introduced himself as Russell, snacks to eat while waiting for help.
What about some
arrive.
drawers?
But shockingly, there was something more appalling about the boy's condition than his extreme malnutrition.
He has duct tape around his
injuries. There's sores around them.
Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been...
And he also has
and he has been around his
wrist
ankle.
as well.
I mean, his wrist as well. Okay, this boy has been...
Needs immediate attention.
And yet, the most heartbreaking revelations were yet to come.
Okay, this boy has been...
That boy been... Hang in there, Dan.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds. He says what's happened to him is his fault.
We need the police.
His fault. So they gaslighting this little ass boy too. Yeah, send them niggas to jail for life.
And an ambulance were already
I want to have a job to where I just torture these type of niggas. Let me torture these niggas and y'all can have them. Let me just torture these niggas.
on the way. During the tense
All I need is 10 minutes.
waiting period, Russell revealed that he'd been staying with his mother and her friend, Jody Hildebrandt, since May. Terrifyingly, he added that he wasn't the only child in Jody's house.
Like, look at this beautiful ass house, and these niggas are doing weird ass shit. Y'all got hella bread, and y'all doing weird ass shit to some kids.
His two sisters, ages 9 and 14, were still inside.
I'll take more.
As Russell underwent medical assessment, more police officers arrived.
We need to identify that house. If there's 2 other kids there, we need to go do a security sweep of that house to help them.
They were about to realize that they'd gotten there in the nick of time. As the police staged in Dan's driveway, a woman drove up in her car and announced that she was searching for a 12-year-old boy. She gave her name as none other than Jody Hildebrandt.
You're done, bitch. You're done.
The woman Russell said his family had been staying with. Cleverly, the police didn't tell Jody how much they already knew. They just took down her address and said they would come to speak with her shortly. She didn't have to wait long.
I already watched the fucking highlights. It got blocked, bro. Y'all niggas need to just follow me on Instagram, bro. Please. I posted my reaction to it on there, bro. YouTube kept blocking it.
Police officers, open up!
Look at that door. That door is beautiful. What the hell?
Got movement right here.
There's always some rich niggas doing some weird ass shit, bro. Y'all be some. The rich niggas be the most freakiest, weirdest people, bro. I swear.
Contact. Got moving, Michael.
Open the door! Jody, I need you to step out.
I have my attorney.
That's great. Step out of the house.
Yeah. The
Step
fuck
out of the
up.
house. Step out of the house.
Whoa.
We're just gonna see
Whoa,
if
whoa,
anybody else.
whoa.
Is there anybody else home?
Wait a minute, how do you come to my house?
Right there.
You're done, bitch. Shut your whole ass
To my
up.
house.
Yep,
Do you have
sure
a search
did.
warrant?
Nope.
Explain it after this.
Nope. Don't need one.
You can't just come into my house.
Yes, you can. Yes, they can. They don't need
Jody
one.
was mistaken about the need for a warrant to enter the
Bitch.
home because the police already had probable cause due to a 911 call that the neighbors had placed after Russell showed up at their door. There was a clear emergent need to enter, and a warrant wasn't necessary. The police must account for the welfare of the other 2 children. They certainly had their work cut out for them, though, because the house was massive. During the search, the police found one room that appeared to be set up for filming. This, they would learn, was because Jody and Ruby both had a significant online presence. More details would emerge throughout the investigation, revealing the dark side of these social media influencers. To ensure that they left no corner unchecked, the investigators retrieved the blueprints of the house. This turned out to be a brilliant idea, as the schematic
They got blueprints of the house. Look at this.
revealed something that might have been overlooked otherwise.
What the
Outside,
fuck?
Jody did not appear to be shy about expressing her displeasure at the intrusion.
I have Airbnb guests over there. Probably scared me to death.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the house?
Yes.
2 kids?
There's a
My
little girl.
ears.
Just one?
She's right over here.
Okay.
The Airbnb guests were the least of the police's worries right now. Following Jody's instructions, they made their way down the hall to a bathroom with a large closet. What they found inside was devastating.
Hi, I'm a police officer. Are you going for the union here?
Hey, you okay? Is this just you in here?
Look out, like, bro.
I'm Sergeant.
She got this rich ass room, but she don't got no choice. She just sitting in the middle of the room on her crisscrossed applesauce. This dead, boring ass room.
Tobler. What's your name?
What the?
I just have one. Where's your sister at?
Swear this is a GTA mission for real. Like, the hell?
Huh?
That's the whole room? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the fuck is this? She's literally like, what room? Like, what would you do with this room? It's like a mirror and like, what is this? A cage? Like, what the fuck is this? This is insane, bro. This is
okay?
It's like a jail cell, bro.
You don't want to talk to me?
A luxury jail cell.
Yeah, that's okay. Can you come with me though? We got Jody out here. You know Jody?
According to the information Jody gave, this was Russell's 9-year-old sister Eve.
We want to be best buddies, but we're getting a little mad here because he won't give me his shoes. Guess what? I learned how to ride a bike with no training wheels. Come here, I'll show you.
I would look
Despite
up
the officer's
that channel, but I know they took that channel
she
down.
sat eerily still and quiet, hardly giving a sign that she could even hear him.
You take your time, bud. I'm in a hurry. I'm a police officer. Did you know that? I don't mean to hurt you at all. You doing okay? Are you scared? Yeah? You're okay.
I thought it was a fireplace too, but it's not.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Promise. See this right here? It's a badge. It tells me I don't hurt people. I'm just here to make sure you're okay. And I get if you're scared, I would be too. Okay?
These abused kids never want help, bro. I swear they never want help. They be so scared. I don't know if they be just so scared or they got them so brainwashed, but they do never. Sometimes they don't even be wanting help. They gotta force them to get help.
You wanna come with me?
And
Still,
at least in the videos I be
Eve
watching.
didn't respond. They hatched a new plan to win her over with pizza. While they waited for the food to arrive, the officers kept her company with the utmost patience.
Damn, yeah, she might need that pizza, bro. She's skinny as shit. Look like she don't eat.
Refusing to rush her out of the
What the
closet
hell?
until she made the choice to leave.
Niggas need that pizza.
Sit down. It's okay if I just sit here with you. We don't have to say anything. If you don't want to. Okay? I'll just sit here with you.
Are you gonna call Papa
Meanwhile,
John's or
back
what?
with Russell, the EMTs got a close-up look at the duct tape and wounds around his ankles. What they found was almost unspeakably gruesome. But even this was overshadowed by what Russell said next. In between bites of the snacks from the neighbors, he told the police officer documenting
I thought it was about to say bite marks.
his injuries additional details, which made the situation all the more sickening.
You're not in trouble with me, okay? We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Our main focus right now is you, okay? Who put the ropes on you? Supposed to help you what?
The police report revealed the chilling answers that were redacted in the body cam footage. Russell said that Jody and his mother, Ruby Franke, had restrained him with ropes to help him with what he'd been choosing. How the women had chosen to treat the resulting wounds left EMTs puzzled. The officer who spoke with Russell repeated the distressing details
Let
to
me
his
know. Talk to
supervisor
me.
on the phone.
They put cayenne pepper mixed with honey and then covered that with the plastic saran wrap and then the duct tape over the wounds.
What? They put honey and cayenne pepper with saran wrap around a nigga womb, bro. Like, what? Like, how? Like, first of all, what the fuck does that even do? How do you even get that two mixture to, like, how do you even think of that to put on a womb, bro? Oh, my eyeball. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna squeeze my eyeball out. Oh my gosh, bro, what the fuck? Nigga, I'm gonna squeeze my eyeball out. I'm tripping.
The plastic saran wrap and then the duct tape over the wounds.
Detectives had found evidence of the honey and cayenne mixture in the upstairs bathroom.
Gotta be torturing.
Along with more
Gotta be
ropes,
torturing.
used bandages, and other wound dressings.
A medical got there.
That's why I'm saying, give me 10 minutes to torture them right back. I just need 10 minutes. They've been going through this shit for probably years. Let me get 10 minutes. That's all I need. It will make up for them years.
Started cutting the stuff off him, and then
it would burn like crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, these niggas lame as fuck.
Around his ankles, you could smell it. When they went to go peel it, they thought it was some of the dressing. It was actually his skin that was peeling.
Obviously,
The skin peeling. Oh, the skin peeling.
the police wanted to talk to Russell's mother to understand what could possess someone to treat a child in such a manner. As of yet, though, Ruby Franke, along with Russell's older sister, were still unaccounted for. Jody certainly wasn't sharing where Ruby was, as her behavior became increasingly strange as the house search continued. When this officer seemed unreceptive to her stare, she tried a different target.
Are you waiting for me to say something, or?
What up, Landon?
Okay.
Inside, the search went on for more children, especially Julie, the older sister Russell said was at Jody's house. There was no sign of her yet, so the police decided it was time to confront Jody about what they'd found when referencing the blueprints. A safe room in the basement, locked with a vault door.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You have a room downstairs that has a safe wheel on the front. How do we get access to that to ensure that there's no one else in this home?
Let's try not to kill so many people.
If there's somebody in there, I need you. If this girl is in there, I need you to Wild West as quick as you can, just fire and shoot her. Nah, don't do it in the head. She needs to suffer. She needs to suffer. Shoot her in the leg or some shit.
They do need to search if there's nobody else, so I think you can give them access to make sure there's nobody in there.
After further back and forth to get the lock combination from Jody, a team returned to the basement to open the safe. Upstairs, additional officers were still trying to gain the trust of the little girl in the bathroom closet.
Brown dead skin.
Bathroom closet? That's the bathroom closet? Nigga, what the hell? These niggas are in a mega mansion. What the?
She found dead skin. Get out from underneath my bed. Right now.
Sorry, Mom.
I am more upset that you came in my room when you knew you weren't supposed to. You knew that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have the consequence of not having your nails done for a month.
Mom.
It's a deal. Give me a hug.
Mom.
Smack
Can
her
I
ass.
help you two to get paid?
She only acting like this cause it's on YouTube. Like she's getting camera. I mean, she recording it. Obviously, they have a whole YouTube channel, bro. She just said she can't get her nails done for a whole month because what? She was under the bed. Like the fuck? She's under your bed hiding from your bitch ass.
I want a lot of money.
They likely hoped that the arrival of the pizza
And
would
it's sad,
change
that's all they know, so they love this whore. They love this hoe. This is all they know, though.
things in their favor, but they were in for yet another surprise.
Oh, they said they found dead skin under the bed. That's what that was?
Okay, you want to hungry? You can eat. There it goes. You hungry? You can eat.
Nigga, what pizza is this? They just got this to-go ass pizza. They had this shit on standby. I thought I was finna call up Pizza Hut or some shit. They got, like, literally her own personal pizza.
There it goes.
Did you hear the kid's statement before you paused? You heard about the dead skin? Yeah.
Despite how painfully thin she appeared, Eve didn't go for the food right away.
It's not funny. It was just funny how she pulled the pizza. Are you scared?
Eve proceeded to eat the entire pizza and requested 2 more large slices from the lunch that
They fucking grubbing having a pizza party. Yo, she was just probably so weak and starving. She just probably that's probably why she was opening it so slow. They grubbing in there, bro. That was her 2 large extra pieces, bro, that y'all just took.
the police had.
Dead!
As Eve ate, the plan was to focus on opening the safe, but suddenly a new priority emerged. With no warning, Ruby Franke, Russell and Eve's mother, arrived on scene. After determining that she had no weapons on her, she was taken to a separate area of the house to wait out the search. The police would check in with Ruby once they finished going through the house. The only place left to look was the basement safe room. When they opened the door, though, they were likely crushed. Julie was not inside. At first glance, the room looked to be nothing more than a barren bolt hole reserved for emergencies. When they started opening drawers, though, they turned up some stomach-churning evidence: handcuffs, a length of rope, and a carabiner. Based on the condition of Russell and Eve, the police received an official search warrant that enabled them to collect these items, along with many of the electronics, as evidence. But even after being in the house for hours, there was still no sign of Julie or the other Franke siblings. The only certain thing...
Wait, there's 4 kids missing. I thought it was 1.
There was still no sign of Julie or the other...
4 kids missing?
Their Franke siblings. The only certain...
I thought it was only 1. Oh my God, bro. If she killed anybody, bro.
Certain thing was what should happen with Jody and Ruby. They were both placed under arrest for aggravated child abuse.
Okay, just place your hand behind your back for me. Perfect.
During the arrest process, the officers likely noticed some strange behavior from Ruby. She didn't say a single word, even when put in the back of a police car with Jody. The police had to hope she would be more verbose when the time came to ask her how Russell and Eve had gotten in such miserable conditions.
Sure, go ahead and have a seat.
It's always be these nice ass people too, bro.
She is definitely not a talker.
She's not. Not anything.
Even if I ask her a name or just like, not even asking about things, she looks at me.
Decker on her nose,
While
bro.
Jody was at least responding to direct
do
questions,
something.
whether she would respond to the hard ones police had in store was yet to be seen.
I'm a little nervous.
You're that, you know, to be honest with you, if I was sitting over there, I'd be a little nervous too. So don't worry about it. We're just here to talk, to get your side.
So I trust my attorney. He said, don't say anything. And I said, I have nothing to hide.
I couldn't be a cop, nigga. I would have just right in her nose, boy. I can't be a cop, bro.
He's like, I know that.
You don't want to speak? Dead, nigga.
So, you guys seem nice people. I'd like to just tell you, but I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're gonna flip my word. I'm a psychologist. I've watched people flip.
Talking about her, she using her right to remain silent, nigga. Fuck the law, nigga. Look what you done did. Fuck the law. You obviously don't give a fuck about the law. Fuck the right to remain silent.
Things all the time.
You got the right to catch one to the nose. That's what she got.
And I sit
The
on
right
your
to catch
side.
this elbow.
Get it. It looks
The
bad
right
that
to
I
get
don't
tortured.
answer anything, but it's not because I'm trying to be difficult.
Even though Jody refused to talk without a lawyer, trying to get information from Ruby was astronomically more difficult.
We're just here to talk to you about kind of a few things involving your kids. So first, do you live down here or? Or do you live up north?
Punch her in her shit.
Do you want to talk to me about where you live or how many kids you have? You don't want to talk to us about anything?
Somebody, bro, just
Yeah,
you're a woman. Beat her ass, please.
Trying to get your side of the story. So it's your chance to do that. But it's up to you.
I'll wait till I have a lawyer.
Okay. So
The lawyer is not saving you, bro. Like,
There was hardly any doubt that the two women had done horrible things to Ruby's children. But with both women unwilling to talk, the police still had no idea why. Answers, though, were closer than anyone thought. When the detectives first got to the police station, they found a surprise visitor waiting. Ruby's husband, Kevin Franke, was there, and he wanted to pick up his kids.
a BYU coach?
With so many
Who the fuck
burning
is
questions
this?
pertaining to the Franke family, Kevin was detained and taken to a third interrogation room.
Yeah, nigga. Let's see. Do you have anything to do with this? Do you live in the home? If you live in the home, you're automatically going to jail, my nigga.
Where he was read his rights.
How did you find out that you needed to come here to the street?
I received a message that I needed to come pick up.
From who?
From the police department in Highlands.
And who was that message from?
Well, I prefer not to say right now.
Does it make sense?
Nah, fuck this nigga up too. Oh shit.
His rights.
What the?
With
What the fuck did I just do?
so many burning questions pertaining
Nah,
to the
fuck this
Franke.
nigga up too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You don't want to speak?
In Highlands.
And who was that message from?
Well, I prefer not to say right now.
Does it make sense that that would happen? I'm just not aware of anyone who did that from our department.
Right. And I'm not comfortable saying right now.
Bro, beat this nigga ass, nigga. Your fucking kid's been tortured damn near. Starving. And you don't want to speak trying to protect your dumbass wife?
Was that Jody?
No, I'm not going to answer that question.
Kevin was keeping quite close-lipped. However, it wasn't all bad news. Back at Jody's house, Eve finally seemed to be warming up to law enforcement.
You don't want to talk? Okay. There's nothing at all you want to talk about? It's okay to talk to me.
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have had this much patience, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, we're gonna save you. Just tell us what happened, bro. Please.
Are you scared? We helped your brother.
You was a nurse talking to your
And we got him some help too. That's what we want to do for you. If we want to get you some help too. We are safe. We will not hurt you, and we won't do anything to hurt you.
It took a total of 4 hours before Eve was willing to leave the closet with medical personnel.
Wait, did he just say he?
It took a total of 4 hours before Eve was...
Oh, Eve. Like, bro, she is skinny as shit. Like, look like she do not eat. Like, bro, these parents are sick, bro.
Willing to leave the closet with medical personnel. When examining her in the ambulance, EMTs
we don't even know where her
other
other 4
kids
kids
on her
is.
feet and decided that she and Russell both needed to go to the hospital. Thankfully, as Kevin's conversation with police continued, he was willing to provide some crucial context.
And how many kids do you have, Kevin?
I have 6 kids.
So are they all living with you, or?
No, I haven't seen them for over a year.
Any of them?
No, none of them.
Okay, Kevin. Hold on. Kevin. If you have not seen your kids over a fucking year, why the fuck are you not giving them information that they need, dumbass, about who the fuck told you to come get them? You bald, Vince Carter looking bitch. You about to make me... this nigga... you probably don't even know what's going on, but bro, you gotta give them some information, because you know something. They ask you one thing, nigga.
For a year.
Over a year.
Okay.
I've been in a separation.
From who?
From my wife and family.
For real.
Ruby invited me to leave the home while
That nigga, he might be capping, bro. That is facts. He might be capping. That is facts.
choices that I've made in my life and the way that I've treated her.
And did you ever try to reach out to the kids, drop by the home, or was there?
I honored the no separation boundary that we agreed to.
When was the last time you saw Ruby?
The last time I saw
Exactly, look like a white Vince Carter.
her was the 18th of this month. We met to, she requested me to sign over vehicles, or the titles to the vehicles. The vehicle that she drives were all in my name.
When's the last time you physically saw?
So you haven't seen your kids, but your wife got, your ex-wife or whatever, I don't know what's going on with that. You got all her cars are in your name? Is that house in your name too? Like, bro, you better speak up or you're gonna be fucked up right with him.
The day that I moved out, July 24th, 2022. So my job is to financially provide for them.
I was trying to figure out like how much of a role do you play in the caretaking of specifically of those two kids?
I pay the bills.
Okay.
With my job, I provide the money, goes into a shared bank account, and that's my only involvement.
As the conversation went on, Kevin seemed to be just as in the dark as the investigators.
Who lives in that home with your, is it ex-wife? Is it currently a separated wife? Like, who lives in that home with your children?
To be honest, I don't know.
You just don't know shit. All you're doing is paying bills, and you think you're a good dad off paying bills. And you haven't seen your kids in a year. And they're getting abused. You don't know who's in the house. You're a shitty ass, bald ass, Vince Carter looking ass dad. You're a shitty ass dad. I don't care how much bread you're getting. You're a horrible ass father, my boy. You're a waste of sperm.
I know that she's there.
Should have kept your sperm in your pocket, gang.
4 of the children, and our 2 older children, have moved out.
This likely came as a shock to investigators. If there were 4 Franke children still living at home, that meant they weren't just missing Julie, but another one of Russell's teenage sisters, Abby. Before launching into a frantic search, the detectives decided to finish talking to Kevin, hoping he could give them an idea of where to look for the girls. As the conversation went on, though, Kevin's story only got stranger.
Who's this female Jody that your wife was with? Do you know a female named Jody?
She is a therapist and a life coach, and she's...
Do you respect her?
Do I respect her? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she's a very honest, truthful person, yes.
Okay. Is your wife a partner of hers? Is your wife a roommate with her? Your kids are living in her house is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not aware of that, but...
You're not aware of shit.
I know that they've been in business for the last year filming, so every week a podcast goes up and I listen to it.
What's the name of it?
You can say useless ass dad for real.
This would explain the film set discovered in Jody's house. As it turned out, Jody and Ruby both had a significant following on Instagram and YouTube. Jody was a therapist, and her accounts focused on counseling and family dynamics in alignment with the Church of Latter-day Saints, of which she and Ruby were both members. She called her program Connections and had written several books sharing her methods, and even taught online Zoom classes on the topics of family health and harmony. Ruby, meanwhile, created more slice-of-life content, cataloging daily life with her family as members of the Mormon faith. Her main platform was a YouTube account titled 8 Passengers, supplemented with an Instagram under the same name. In due time, the police would learn that the content made by Ruby and Jody had become unimaginably twisted behind the scenes.
Are you involved with their business efforts, or no?
No. Cop. Stop asking if he's involved. He's not involved. He's a bum ass dad. He's a bum ass father. He's not involved. All he do is pay bills. He thinks he's a good dad. No, he's shitty.
Account with your family?
Yes. I was in the videos.
Recently, Ruby's online presence had undergone a shift. She rebranded to Truth Mom, but began focusing less on her own channel in favor of working with Jody on Connections.
You guys got a lot of heat for neglect and child abuse. A lot of people commented those things on there. Why were they commenting those things?
That's a good question. We had a son who was acting out in very selfish behavior.
Is this Chad or?
Yes, this was Chad. And none of this is strange or odd. You could get on YouTube and find out all sorts of stuff.
I'm gonna try to fix the reaction. I don't know what to do with the Ohio State versus Texas, bro. I'm gonna try it again after this video.
Eventually, Ruby stopped posting on her private YouTube account altogether, which Kevin said eliminated 90% of the family's income.
Damn.
Her last video on Jody's channel, though, had come out just 2 days ago. In the interrogation room, Kevin shared more about the situation, which led to public outcry against the Frankes.
He was being very cruel and mean to his siblings.
Chat with being mean and cruel to the siblings. What about Ruby, bitch?
That he shared a room with, and so we removed him from the room.
Remove Ruby, bald man.
We said you can sleep anywhere you want. Sleep on the couch, sleep on the pull-out bed, sleep on the floor for all we care, but you're not sleeping in that room with your brother. He chose to sleep on a beanbag. So 9 months later, he had made a lot of changes in his life. And he was ready to, and we had moved by that time. And so we had a new house, and he was ready to move into his own bedroom. Made a video about it. And in the video, he mentioned something of the effect of, I've been sleeping for 9 months on a beanbag. And that is what all the uproar was about.
This wasn't Ruby's only run-in with the law. Shockingly, just 5 days before her arrest, She'd been pulled over while driving with her kids in the car.
Hello. You know how fast you're going right there? No. Okay. Got you going 57 in a 35.
Ruby was sent on her way with only a speeding ticket. Back with Kevin, he explained that the situation with his oldest son, Chad, was the catalyst for Jody getting involved with the family. She was hired as Chad's therapist and had the boy personally paying her $900 a month. From there, her involvement and had the boy Jody getting involved with the family. She was hired as Chad's therapist and had the boy personally paying her $900 a month. From there, her involvement with the family only grew. How this could have led to the breakup of the family and the near starvation of two of the children was yet to be explored.
During your marriage, how was disciplining your kids? How would you discipline your kids?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, no. Pop him in his noggin, please. This nigga just talk, bro, you are a hoe, my nigga. Your kids are starving.
The physical condition of your children?
No, I've chosen to trust my wife with the children. That was part of the agreement of our separation.
Kevin was about to learn the harrowing consequences this decision has caused.
We received a phone call from 911 on our dispatch that a 12 to 13-year-old boy was knocking on doors in a neighborhood asking for food and water. So he had He had duct tape on his extremities, on his hands, on his ankles, and those were covering rope burns that were used to tie him down. Take a second and think about what I just said. That's the condition of your son. Given that information, your son was taken to the hospital. A warrant has been applied and granted by the Department of Child and Family Services to remove both Russell and Eve
Speak up,
from
bitch.
your wife's care.
Fuck all that crying, Vince.
Do you understand that?
I understand.
Would you condone that behavior?
Obviously, yeah.
Would I condone that behavior?
That's my job. My job is to find out your knowledge of the treatment of these
based on your
precious
description,
children.
no. But again, I don't know the details, or I don't know what's going on. But as you described that sounds
horrible, disgusting. No human being should be treated like that.
The investigators stepped out to give Kevin a few private moments to come to terms with what he'd just learned. When the investigative team returned 10 minutes later, Kevin took the opportunity to ask a burning question.
What's going to happen to my wife? I love.
He's worried about his wife, bro. Oh my gosh, nigga, I would have did some, bro. What's that nigga Childish Gambino? Nigga, I would have did some crazy shit, bro. I would have just upped it on you right there. You're worried about your bitch ass wife after what the fuck you just heard happened to your son? Send him to jail.
My wife.
Go fuck your wife, nigga.
I'm being honest with you. I don't know.
Talking about you, bro. You haven't seen your kids in a year. And you talking about you love your wife, so that mean what you see in your wife, but you're not your kids, nigga. Fuck your wife.
Had anything to do with you?
I don't know those charges against my wife.
Possibly.
The fuck? You should want her to get cooked.
I think given the circumstances, that's highly appropriate.
You should want her to be cooked. You're
That
crying
night, the
about
police
your
decided that
wife.
Ruby would be booked into jail to await her attorney. Even this, though, failed to get a reaction from her.
Makes you want to let you know what your criminal charges for, so you're under arrest. It's going to be 2 counts, second-degree felony of child abuse or neglect, okay? You understand that or no? Are you okay? I'm wondering if there's like a medical clearance that needs to, like, do you need medical attention before you go to the jail?
No, she don't, bro.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Thank you for your patronage.
Give her an elbow, please. Let her catch an elbow.
I'm just concerned about you. I know you don't believe that. So I've had an opportunity to talk to your husband and kind of worried about your circumstances and obviously your children as well. But you're sure you don't need medical attention or anything like that?
Jody, too, was escorted to a police car to be transported to jail facing the same charges. Still inside the police station, Kevin learns more from the investigators about the children.
And so, I mean, this
I'll
feels
whoop your
like
ass, Kevin.
getting run over
Dead,
by a
nigga.
steam truck while you're
I'll
sharing.
whoop your ass, Kevin. Dead.
Dad, I can tell you're caught off guard.
I thought I was just coming here to pick up my kids, and for what, I don't know what or why, but... And I was planning on taking them back with me. Everything you're sharing to me just sounds like a made-up story. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like...
Maybe if you was in your kid's life, you'll know.
It sounds like a horror movie.
You're not in your kid's life, bro. Bum of a dad.
And what you're sharing with me just feels like a sucker punch. I feel responsible. Separating, leaving. It hurts. I know you're all doing your jobs. And I know you all have the best interests of my kids at mind.
Unlike you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks. That means a lot.
That seems so fake.
I just want my kids back. I want my family back. I want my wife back.
It was doubtful.
Fuck your wife, first of all. Fuck your wife, and you do not want your kid. You haven't seen them in a year, bro. Don't act like you just love your kid. You have not seen them in a year. You don't even know what they fucking look like. They can walk past you in a grocery store, you wouldn't know. You don't know what they look like. They're fucking starving and desperate for anything now, bro. They probably don't even look the same.
Either Ruby or Jody would be getting out of jail.
Like you pay the bills, nigga. Feed your kids, bitch.
Anytime soon. Jody grappled with this through the lens of religion while speaking with a friend she called from the county jail.
And I don't know if I'm going to be like some kind of example, but when I get out of here, I have a story to tell, and I'm going to try to do everything I can to protect the children, because that's what's happening, is that kids are being just horribly abused. Well, I have just been begging him, like, you've got to explain this to me. Like, I cannot logically figure out what's going on here. I mean, I should be here. I haven't done anything wrong.
Ruby, too, made some equally baffling claims during her jailhouse phone calls.
But the most upsetting thing is that I am completely misunderstood.
Bitch, you have not said a damn thing. Talking about misunderstood is nothing to misunderstand. You've been silent the whole time. Make yourself look more sus.
The most horrible feeling. Like my own family misunderstands me. They misinterpret me. And
no, I'm not a dad, nigga.
Poor Jody, they misinterpret her.
No, I don't have no kid, bro. Bro, stop listening to niggas in the chat and just thinking it's true. Niggas is just typing random shit in the chat all the time. Don't stop believing chat.
Understand her. She puts her neck out on the line for people, and then they get mad at her. I mean, it is just horrendous. It's horrendous. And you know what? Every Joseph Smith, every wonderful man of God has had to be misunderstood. And I'm a good woman.
You're not, bitch.
I don't do naughty things.
Cap.
This is a witch hunt.
It wasn't all dark and twisted news, though. In a stroke of luck, the police located Julie and Abby. Shockingly, they were nowhere near the family home in Springville. Rather, they were located more than 20 miles away at a house belonging to Ruby's friend and fellow Connections member, Pam. How she'd gotten there, though, remained in question. Pam was handcuffed when the police arrived and agreed to answer some questions while waiting for additional investigators.
I'm not gonna lie, handcuffing her is wild. Handcuffing her is wild, I'm not gonna lie, but let's see.
While one officer sat with her, the other took the opportunity to check in with Julie.
Do you need medical attention at all? Okay. Is there a reason you're so scared right now? It's us? Okay.
Bro. You are a grown. I'm not gonna say you're a grown ass lady because obviously you're not. But bro, you are grown enough. But if you don't just fucking talk, you know the police are not finna just pop at you. Talking about you're scared of.
Well, I'm sorry if you've had a negative interaction with law enforcement in the past, okay?
She never had, bro.
My intention is not to scare you. Do you go to school?
I don't know why none of them talk. This is wild.
Down the driveway, Pam was unhandcuffed when.
By the way, I have the full reaction to the Ohio State game on TikTok. Literally the full reaction.
Investigators arrived from Springville. She told them that she'd received a call from Ruby asking her to pick up 2 of her daughters while she dealt with a family emergency. Up until this point, the officers were under the impression that it was only Julie at the house, but Pam clarified that her older sister, Abby, was also there. Thankfully, neither she nor Julie appeared to be in physical distress like Russell or Eve. Julie and Abby appeared hesitant to go with DCFS representatives when they arrived, but were safely taken into custody to await the outcome of the investigation. The uncertainty over Abby and Julie's whereabouts had been answered, but so many questions remained. First and foremost, the quandary of what could have happened to leave Russell and Eve so frail and traumatized. Kevin returned to the police station with his lawyer for a second interview. The additional details he was about to share were nothing short of astonishing.
Have you found
the TikTok is going in 8 days.
Pen papers?
The pen papers.
I'm gonna try to get it on my Instagram too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
So it described all of the visions and trances and everything that Jody and Ruby went into.
How thick would you say it was?
It was like 3 inches thick or so. And there were hundreds of pages of written documents. It's something Jody would not want found.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't want to destroy it.
Because we do have Ruby's journal, which is from those dates that you mentioned.
These things are going to be so... The stuff she wrote in the pen paper, she would not write in her journal. The stuff she wrote in the pen papers was not intended to be read by anybody until God would decree them to be written as scripture for the whole world to read.
Okay.
Hold on. You said who wrote it? Who is she? Jody? Nigga, hold on.
Pen paper, she would not.
Jody's the wife, right? Or I'm tripping.
Intended to be read by anybody until God would decree them to be written as scripture for the whole world to read.
Okay.
I believe that's what we have.
It wasn't certain whether the documents found by the police were actually Ruby's pen papers or just a journal. Regardless of what they were called, the contents revealed a wealth of heinous secrets. On July 10, 2022, Ruby wrote, "Eve and Russell have been in so much deviant behavior they won't control their bodily functions. I never would have suspected the cold, dead heart Russell has." Ruby echoed these sentiments in one of the phone calls she made from jail.
Adults have a really hard time understanding that children can be full of evil and what that takes to fight it.
According to the journal, Russell and Eve were locked in closets, made to do physical labor, wall sits, jump on a trampoline, stand out in the rain, and carry heavy boxes up and down the stairs for hours on end.
Hours is crazy. Like, I was about to say, some of that shit is not bad. Like, I ain't gonna lie, some kids, they gotta work. They need to work out, but like, you're not feeding them, making them do hard labor. Like, bro, that is torture, bro. That is fucking torture. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my kids, they will be doing wall sits, jumping on a mini trampoline. Like, is that not fun? Got pelted. What? What? Hold on, I gotta run that back.
Ruby echoed these sentiments in one of the phone calls she made from jail.
Adults have a really hard time understanding.
Russell and Eve were locked in closets, made
in closets is crazy.
To do physical labor, wall sits, jump on a trampoline.
Okay, I don't get that trampoline part. Hold on.
In closets, made to do physical labor, wall sits, jump on a trampoline.
I mean, I don't think that trampoline part is bad, but
stand out in the rain.
Stand out in the rain? Stand out in the rain? I didn't even peep that when they said it.
And
carry heavy boxes.
Carry heavy boxes up and down the stairs for hours on end.
Hours? Nigga, hours? These little ass kids that's not eating? Stand out in a hailstorm? Hold on. Got pelted by hail from the heavens? Yo, oh my gosh. Now this is wild as fuck. I didn't even peep that.
When Eve slipped and fell while carrying
Why
the
did
boxes,
they hold on? Why did they
Ruby
word it like that, nigga? Why did they? What did it say? They made him stand out in when it was hailing outside or some shit. Talking about from the heavens.
accused her of doing so on purpose and then shaved her head as punishment. And this was just brushing the surface of what the children endured.
Oh, this is Ruby's journal. I put her in the dog wash. What? And shaved her head? Then, hold on, wait. Oh my gosh, I gotta read this. E woke up. I don't know who the kid. I guess it's one of the kids' name. E woke up. I reminded her that if she, but her handwriting is actually ass. She whined up. She whined, cried, or squinted her eyes at me, and scrunched her face. I'm sorry. This is bad handwriting. I'm trying to read it. I would be buzzing her hair. If she is going to act sick, she can't look sick. What? She agreed with a smile. I told her because she didn't listen that the night before, she would do 2 sets of box stairs with a 5-minute break. She did the first set easily, agreeably. After 5 minutes of rest, she began whimpering. When she got to the bottom of the stairs, she slipped and dropped the box, and I put her in the dog wash and shaved her head. This bitch is a fucking, like, she is sick. Like, what is that? I was like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck does some of this shit even mean.
Fell while
What do you
carrying the
mean
boxes.
you put her in a dog box and shaved her head?
Ruby accused her of doing
I mean, what do you mean you put her in a dog wash? I put her in the dog wash and shaved her head.
So on purpose, and then shaved her head as punishment. And this was just brushing the surface of what the children
That is
endured.
insane, bro.
I've never had a kid quite like Eve, but she does not like to sit and listen. I don't know if that's just her personality and she just needs me to be more strict with her
She don't
than
need
what
you
was
at all.
required with some of the other kids, or if she is displaying hyperactivity tendencies. So I'm gonna try to figure that out today. I honestly don't know which way it's gonna go. She knows that I mean it, and I'm gonna carry through with it. If she absolutely is not capable, then I'm going to maybe take further measures to figure out if there's hyperactivity tendencies going on, or if she stays and she's really good and she listens, then it probably just means she needs a little bit more of a strict routine with her.
According to Kevin, the fight against so-called evil had not originated with the children. In fact, the downward spiral had begun more than a year prior under some very strange circumstances.
We went out to like a dinner afterwards, and that's where Jody really opened up to the women in a private conversation that she believed she was being tormented and haunted by shadow figures every night. And that was...
You're living with a demon, bitch. You are getting haunted.
Spooky.
Ruby also revealed that Russell and Eve still sometimes failed to control their bodily functions.
The kids that don't eat, that get tortured. Yes, it's normal. Welcome to fucking parenthood.
Presented this as a method by which they defied her. Back with Kevin, he alleged that Jody's experiences had rapidly grown more intense.
She was walking along the beach with Jesus, and Jesus challenged her to go walk on the water, and it was a whole lesson on walking on the water.
And that was still just the tip of the iceberg. The more investigators read of Ruby's journal, the more depraved the story became.
Exactly, she's just telling on herself.
Tuesday, big day for evil, she wrote on July 11th.
E manipulates me. She won't scream when Jody is around, but with me she wails. She wails all night. E screamed, cried, and would hit her in the head. Cap. Hold on. E screamed, cried, and would hit her in the head on the tile floor. Today, Dad confronted her, E, and Mr. putting on a show for her mother. E says she wants to be pitiful. What? Tell him a couple more times. R or I shouldn't. I cannot read this bullshit. His demon stays in the shade. I push R into the sun. R comes back. I come back with the cactus poker. When I poke his back to get in the sun, R doesn't even flinch. I poke him in the back. Nigga, what the fuck is going on with this family, bro? Just break this shit up. Let everybody go in their separate ways, bro, and send these niggas to jail. Nigga, what?
All night, Eve screamed and cried and hit her head on the tile floor. Today, Jody confronted her. Eve admits
I
to
know
putting
you're
on
gonna read for me, nigga.
a show for her mother. Eve said she wants to be pitiful. When the investigators read on and learned what torment Eve had endured to reach this level of desperation, they likely didn't know whether to be enraged or heartbroken. Jody mentioned her experiences with what she called the spirit in one of her jail phone calls.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I'm lost. That shit makes no sense. What the fuck?
When I feel the spirit, I have two physiological reactions. I get.
See, look, now they're gonna try to act like they're crazy, and they're gonna get like hella time off their sentence, bro. Cause they're gonna diagnose them with some shit.
Really,
Fuck outta here.
like shaky, like I'm shivering, like I'm cold, or I feel heat, like I have a fever run through me. It felt like I was burning up, and I was just shaking with.
That was just your pussy, bitch.
Gratitude. Like, here's your answer.
Thanks.
Here's what this is.
Back with Kevin, he revealed that while Jody's alleged visions had initially seemed positive, things quickly took a much darker turn, and things changed inside the house.
There was a lot of satanic ones. When she would go into possession mode, she would talk in like different voices. It was really creepy. But the voices would say, "She's ours. We're not letting go. She is Satan's bride. She's mine. I'm going to marry her." If she was faking it, she believed that Satan wanted her as her bride.
The journal revealed that Eve experienced horrific punishments. This is the day Eve anticipates breaking her 2-day fast, Ruby wrote. I let Russell know she has hardened her heart and will do one more day of fasting to invite her to humble. Eve flips out and
So she makes her kids fast. These are little ass kids. They need to eat, bro. They need to eat at least 2 times a day. Like, that shit is ridiculous. I'm talking about making them fast. Bitch, how about you fast?
begins ranting.
You should have made that fat bitch you living with fast.
All day,
that
Eve
fat
makes
demonic bitch.
rhymes about my mom starved.
My mom starves me and calls it fasting. Bro, I swear I would beat the bro on your Ruby. Hold on, I don't even know these. I'm getting mixed up with names. I'm pretty sure the bitch name is Ruby. Ruby, on your life, I would whoop your ass. On your life, I don't give you. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get a strike. I want to get a strike on YouTube. YouTube, these niggas are crazy. Do not strike me. I'm chilling. I was joking too.
Starves me and calls it fasting.
I was joking.
In his second interview, Kevin continued his description.
And GTA, I'm talking about GTA too. I wasn't. Why the fuck would I hate? No, I was talking about in GTA.
What it was like to live with Jody.
I can't explain some of the stuff that happened while we were there. Like,
that's a grown ass woman. They can't give me no strike for that though.
Crashes in the basement while we were talking upstairs, and plates like in the kitchen just flying off by themselves, like full speed, smashing on the wall and falling to the floor. And I don't have any way to explain it other than there's.
Kevin, if you know all this, why the fuck are you not getting your kids out of there? Mister, I haven't seen my kids in a year, but all of a sudden you know shit that's going on in the house? The fuck?
Crazy going on.
Bald man,
on other
bald
occasions,
man.
Eve was doused with water in the dog wash and made to sleep on the basement floor. And it only got worse going forward. Kevin, too, sat on the bed. On other occasions,
Okay, bro, this is hard as fuck to read. Whoever wrote this shit, bro, you deserve to be in jail. Oh, Ruby's journal? Yeah, Ruby, you sent her to jail. She can't. How are you? Okay. I'm not reading this shit up here, bro. E, stand up. Stop picking your head. The kids pick their nose. Oh, the kids both, bro. It's an O. Like, what the fuck is this? This is not an O. The kids both pick their noses until they bleed. Distraction. Me, you happy? Or no. Me, following Satan doesn't make you happy? What? You're trying to put your kids on Satan? Oh no, that's Ruby said that. Hold on, wait. What? No, Ruby is R. Like, what the fuck is this weird ass family that you're writing like a comic book? This is a game you play. Who brings you here? You want me to leave the demons? I don't want to. I don't want to humble. I told blank I wanted to give him something. He needs to acknowledge his behaviors. He tell Ma he is missing his opportunity to repent. This is not acknowledging his behaviors. I tell blank. I can't read this shit.
And it only got worse going forward.
Yeah, he's guilty.
Kevin, too, said that back in 2021, the situation with Jody took a similar downward trajectory as she became increasingly entwined with his family.
But it reached the point.
Okay.
As she became
Jody Ruby. Okay. I just had to get that locked.
Increasingly entwined with his family.
But it reached the point where in August, her bishop at the time, he's not her bishop anymore, but I mean, he was going over there every night, and he'd be there for like 4 hours. Then he'd be like, I'm fighting evil spirits. I'm casting demons out. I'm crazy stuff going on. And finally he got to the point where he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like, there needs to be some sort of resolution.
After the bishop left, the first attempted fix was for Jody to move in with another family involved with connections. The opinions Kevin shared about what happened with that family reflect only his beliefs, and we have not been able to verify them.
According to that, after 6 weeks and trying to seduce the husband of the family, they kicked her out.
While there was no way to prove that Jody had been held against her will, the police knew for a fact that Russell and Eve had been. Ruby documented one particularly horrific confrontation between Russell and Jody, whom she refers to frequently as G-Joe. G-Joe takes Russell on a little walk to the pool, Ruby wrote. She talks on how Russell has love twisted. G-Joe then pushed Russell into the pool. Meanwhile, Kevin recounted the twisted.
Wait, what?
G-Joe then pushed Russell into the pool.
Wait. I'm sorry. I don't know if I got backtracked. Who the fuck is G-Joe?
Knew for a fact that Russell and Eve had been.
I was daydreaming, dead.
Ruby documented one particularly horrific confrontation between Russell and Jody, whom she refers to frequently.
So Jody, you call Russell G-Joe? For
as
what?
G-Joe. G-Joe takes Russell on a little walk to the pool, Ruby wrote. She talks on how Russell has love twisted. G-Joe then pushed Russell into the pool.
Hold on, wait. I thought G-Joe was Russell. I'm lost.
Confrontation between Russell and Jody, whom she refers to frequently as G-Joe.
Hold on, is Russell a girl? I thought it was a boy. Why is he saying G-Joe is Jody?
G-Joe takes Russell on a little walk to the pool, Ruby wrote. She talks on how Russell has love twisted. G-Joe then pushed Russell into the pool. Meanwhile, Kevin recounted the events after Jody either escaped or was kicked out of the other family's home.
It was at that point that they said,
Kevin, so you know Jody pushed your son in the pool? Mister, I haven't seen my kids in a fucking year. But you are a badass dad, Vince Carter.
Why don't you take her up to your house? And I was like, oh, hell no. I don't want this in my house. But I was beaten over the head with it. Like, that's really insensitive. You know, she's done so much to help our family. And you're...
Fuck that. She pushed your kid in the pool and you just let it slide? Nah.
You're being selfish. And she has needs. And come on. Like, it won't be for long. And so I relented and I was like, okay.
Later in his second interview, Kevin told the police about the drastic changes that took place in the Franke house after Jody moved in.
The moment she showed up in my house, just the weirdest crap started happening. Lights turning on and off, sounds of people walking in walls, and like sounds like footprints going up walls and across the ceiling, and stuff floating around. And I became the resident exorcist. That was the title I came up with myself. I thought it was kind of funny. Whenever she started to go into a trance and go into possession, which started to be a lot. And Ruby would go up and check on her. It started like every 4 hours at night, and then it moved every 2 hours at night, then it moved every hour at night, and then at some point Ruby said, you know what, I'm just going to start sleeping in there. And if I need you, I'll come down and get you.
Kevin said that Ruby and Jody began sleeping in the same bed. However, this was only the beginning, and soon Kevin noticed that he was being subjected to unique restrictions.
I could leave when I wanted, but I couldn't come back until Ruby gave me permission.
In the house that you're paying for. If you're going for that, you a hoe.
The kitchen to eat until Ruby gave me permission. And the upstairs where Jody roamed was completely off limits. Ruby would dictate all of the terms of how our interactions would be when we would talk, no matter what I did.
You
No
are
matter
a
how
hoe, bro.
much I
You're paying bills. Put your foot down, nigga.
tried to track better, be
Nigga, pussy whip.
truthful, and
Your wife is chopped.
not be selfish. Every week it was like, you're being manipulative, you're being selfish, you're lying, you're hiding something, you're still hiding stuff. And I really started to question my sanity, honestly.
Kevin's an
It
ill
became
dad.
more and more and more and more and more isolated. Jody had an approved
Ruby was fucking Jody. I was thinking
list of men that I could make phone calls to.
This appeared to be a method Ruby repeated with Russell at Jody's house. Ruby recounted in the journal how she woke one night to find Russell missing, and a note written in pebbles on the balcony which read, "Jail. I will call when I get there." Panicked, Ruby said she and Jody searched the house, then got in their cars and began driving around looking for Russell, which Ruby described as racing the devil. They brought him home. Disturbingly, she went on to describe the concession of letting Russell sleep in a bed and feeding him a full meal the next day as like stitching up a patient knowing you didn't get all the cancer out.
Okay, look at me. Don't say help anymore.
You just said it.
Yeah, so I'm very clear what I'm talking about. Don't say that again. Do you understand? Because next time you won't be smiling on your face.
Kevin explained that the situation never improved as everyone tried to appease Jody and Ruby.
So I was completely cut off. If I went to my church leaders, I was seeking enablement. If I went to my family,
Basically, this man is getting manhandled by a girl by somebody that's not paying bills, but somebody that's abusing his kids. He just letting it slide because he's pussy whipped.
I was seeking enablement. If I went to anybody, I was seeking enablement. I felt trapped. And that's where I was all the way up until the last week of July, when Jody called me one day out of the blue and just said, "I don't understand why you're not getting it."
While everything the police had learned so far was certainly horrific, they would soon realize that it almost got unimaginably worse for the children. Based on the journal entries, the authors believed that the children's bodies needed to be engaged in painful good work as punishment. Just as Ruby and Jody set out to look for rural land in Arizona for the Franke children to work, Ruby got a text. "I found the land." As the move to Arizona loomed dangerously closer, it became obvious that the women wanted the pair to choose punishment over respite. In an emotional phone call made from her jail cell, Jody had this to say on the topic.
Nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants the truth because
Stay in
these
jail.
kids.
Stay in
I told
jail.
Doug, I woke up. The spirit told me it's all the devil. I mean, you've seen him, and he uses these kids, and he uses all of us as the adults, the parents that don't hold the kids accountable. So now it's abusive to make a kid sleep on the floor. It's abusive, or it's abusive to, that's ridiculous. You can't even raise your kids anymore.
This was the sort of stance Jody put forth through her program, Connections. At its peak, her Instagram had over 10,000 followers, leaving the police to wonder just how many other children Instagram had.
Let me see if this shit is still up. I see if this Instagram is still up. Connections. Instagram usually don't be. Oh, it is still up. Oh my gosh, they have so many comments. Oh my, this shit have
Over
more comments than
10,000
likes.
followers, leaving the police to wonder just how many other children might have suffered the
you need to
ramifications
go ahead and take this
of
account
her
down.
influence. Later, in the midst of the investigation, Kevin continued his story
Oh,
of his family.
They're in jail. They have an Instagram called moms_of_truth. Has hella followers, but them niggas have not posted since 2023. Yeah, they haven't posted in 2023, so these niggas are done.
Family's breakdown.
So that separation continued all the way up until the holidays maybe, and then Ruby ended that separation. Jody went home like the second week of January. But by that time, like Ruby, Pam, and Jody were completely determined to do this work that they felt God had for them. I thought it was crazy. Like I thought it was just that crazy.
When talking with Kevin, the police learned just how far Ruby was willing to go to pursue her work with Jody.
She wanted to legally, like, work with Jody's attorney to give Jody 8 passengers and become an employee of Connections. Basically, the contract was Ruby gives Jody everything and Ruby gets nothing in return. Our YouTube manager at the time was like, red flags. Like, I don't know how to tell you. She is scamming you. Ruby fired him.
Regarding this issue of Ruby and Jody's business entanglement, Ruby made some interesting claims in one of her calls from jail. In fact, she seemed to be changing her attitude towards Jody entirely.
Jody Hildebrandt never was my business partner, nor was I ever her employee. I never received wages from Connections or Jody. In 2019, I hired her as a counselor for my son, and then in 2020, I paid her to be my mentor. She's a whirlpool. She just pulls you.
Regardless of any legal business arrangements, finances became an increasingly central component of the travesty that befell the Franke children. This became clear when police continued reading Ruby's journal and gained further insight into the disturbing reasons she and Jody were looking into moving to Arizona. Jody and I took Eve out into the desert, Ruby wrote. She went out into the heat, barefoot. Eve still tried to run. She screamed for another family, water, food, care, love. Oh, Eve, a manipulative ploy. Ruby's journal entry about taking Eve to the desert became even more heartbreaking. Apparently, it was only after Eve collapsed on the road exhausted that Ruby took her home. But not for long.
Sick,
the very next day, Ruby, Russell, Eve, and Julie all returned to the desert. For the next 3 days, the children were made to weed and tidy a cemetery on a nearby Native American reservation. They were not allowed to wear shoes or gloves, despite the fact that there was broken glass and thorns everywhere. At one point, Russell became so desperate to escape the heat that he stuck his head in the toilet. Footage of this suffering was captured by a local who explained in no uncertain terms to Ruby that she was not welcome there and that she would be filing a police report.
Bro, they're cleaning up a cemetery with no shoes, no gloves in the hot-ass desert.
He wrote in her journal was a sign that the devil does not want us to take Russell and Eve out of society. Apparently, relocating to Arizona was their chosen method of avoiding further unwanted attention. One has to wonder how long the plan to get to Arizona was in process, though, based on an interaction Kevin mentioned happened before the separation.
Ruby started threatening me with another separation. And just like, this isn't about money, this is about doing God's work. So we continued in that dynamic for the next 6 or 7 months until she went on a trip with Jody and Pam down to Arizona. And I think they, like, when I read her journal, she went into Mexico or something and bought drugs or something, like
Drugs or something,
drugs
man.
for the emergency
You don't know
kids.
nothing, Kevin.
When she came back from that trip, before she even brought the bags into the house, she pulled me in and said, I want to talk with you, and that's when she asked me to leave.
And so Kevin left and got an apartment in
She
Springsville.
said, I want to talk to you and told you to leave, that's it?
At some subsequent point, Ruby also left the family home for the house in Ivans to live with Jody, where the lives of her children would become a living nightmare. Back with Kevin, he said that when Ruby initiated contact again, he had no idea the sinister plan she had in store for their children.
Around that time, things with Ruby started, like, picking up, and I didn't understand why, but, like, Ruby wanted to meet in a parking lot and wanted me to sign over 2 of our cars, wanted me to sign them over to her name. I'm in total compliance mode at this point. Just like, I'm a good husband, you see, you can trust me.
Ruby's comments on the journal somehow
man, I
managed to become
swear.
even more disturbing. She wrote, "This girl would choose to be shot and die than to humble." Even that wasn't the most disturbing part, though, because
Oh, y'all watched that video, G Black? D Black.
After locking Eve in the closet overnight, they decided to treat her injuries from the cactus. Ruby said, "The spirit was very strong as Julie and I witnessed Jody cleaning what did not deserve to be clean." Kevin continued his story, discussing the moment he found that his family had disappeared to live in Ivan's, leaving their own house empty.
But when I returned to the house, everything was packed up, and a neighbor came over and said she asked for the HOA rules and mentioned to him that she wanted to rent the house out. Which I was like, are you kidding me? And apparently she wanted to sell the house, but couldn't because my name was on the mortgage.
In another jail call, Ruby revealed that the Arizona scheme had gotten further along than anyone yet knew. One shudders to think what could have happened if Russell hadn't escaped before the move.
I pulled the money, and I have it in a bag.
With you? Do the police have it?
Well, I don't know what the police took.
But the bag was at Jody's house?
They can't just take people's money. I mean, that's not right.
In a stunning twist, the person on the other end of the phone was none other than Kevin himself. In the days following Ruby's arrest, the pair made several phone calls where Kevin tried to ensure he received custody of the children and secured the money that Ruby had pulled out. Kevin's demeanor towards Ruby in these calls might be unexpected.
I am committed to our family. I'm committed to you and our marriage. No matter what happens, I will be here to support you.
But you worry about her more than your kids, bro. Put this nigga in jail right with her.
In any way that I can.
Well, thank you for stepping up.
During this call, Kevin...
Stepping up, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. How do you fuck work? Talking about thank you for stepping up. Bitch, how about you step the fuck up and be a mom? That's because you're not a mom.
Ruby agreed to limit their contact going forward to strengthen Kevin's chances of gaining legal custody of the children. A discovery made the next day, though, blew that out of the water.
The bag's gone.
What?
The bag is gone.
What?
There's no bag.
The only thing more shocking than the bag's disappearance was where Ruby had gotten the funds in the first place. Kevin and his lawyer revealed the source of the missing $85,000 while speaking with police.
That money, she cleaned out their bank accounts.
The kids' savings accounts.
Yeah, and yours too, your joint account. Yeah. That's where that money came from.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you can have, or if I need to have a discussion with the county attorney. Kevin would kind of like his kids' money back.
Unfortunately, tracking down the money and attempting to return it to the children would likely become a separate civil case. While Ruby didn't comment on this directly while in jail, she had more thoughts to share the longer she was behind bars.
The devil is so sly, and I'm embarrassed it took such a huge slap in the face to wake up to it.
On another call with her parents, Ruby proofread a court statement she wrote to address her children and acknowledge her actions.
I would do anything in this world for you. My willingness to sacrifice all for you was masterfully manipulated into something very ugly. I took from you all that was safe and soft and good. I took from you your mother. How terrifying this must have been for you. I will never, ever stop crying for hurting your tender souls. You are such a very precious part of me. I'm so very sorry.
But no apology in the world could begin to undo the horrible trauma experienced by the Franke children. In contrast to Ruby's attempt to make amends, Jody's response was the same as it was at the beginning of the investigation.
Not buying none of that
The Lord says that first they'll lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons. And the children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. That statement right there is what's going on with me. The children shall rise up and put their parents to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Ultimately, Ruby and Jody were charged with 6 felony counts of child abuse and neglect each. Rather than go to trial, Ruby and Jody pleaded guilty to 4 counts of child abuse. Though their cases were adjudicated separately, they received the same sentences. On each count, Jody and Ruby were sentenced to serve between 1 and 15 years in prison. The sentences were to be
What do you mean between 1 and 15 years? There's no way they get 1 fucking year.
consecutive, meaning both women could be behind bars
Oh.
for up to 60 years.
Oh, damn.
Which could be the rest of their lives. Kevin continues to
That's fine with
lobby
me.
for custody of
That's
his
fine with me.
children, who were taken by DCFS and placed in foster care. The Franke's oldest daughter, Sherry, is writing a
Real
book
D-Black.
about her upbringing and has requested the public respect the privacy of her younger siblings as they attempt to recover. While their current status is unknown, we can only hope that the Franke children are at long last experiencing the kindness and gentleness that they deserve.
I know for sure they seen these, they seen this video. And let me start thinking about that down below. I went to 19,000. That shit was crazy, man. Hopefully these niggas they don't, I ain't gonna lie, they don't deserve to get out. Man. Hopefully they get at least 10 years. Nigga, deads. Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Hey, it's 3 o'clock. The game starting like an hour 30 minutes. I'm about to get off stream, and then I'm gonna watch that game.